Continue our spotlight on the ICC PTK program here and talk with Miss Katherine Morgan of Amory. And Katherine, appreciate you taking time out of your day to join us.
Of course.
Well, tell us a little bit about yourself. You're from Amory, a sophomore here at ICC. What's your major and all that information?
I am a biochem major, minoring in Spanish, pre-med, so hopefully to go on to be a doctor one day. And like you said, I'm from Amory, and that's about it. Yeah.
I got you. Okay, well, I'll go ahead and tell you now. I'm a little intimidated. Pre-med, future doctor here, so you're easily the smartest person in the room, and there's only two people in here right now. So let's talk about the PTK. What got you interested in the PTK, and why did you join the PTK?
Well, I've always heard lots of good things about it from when I was in high school. My teachers always pushed me and told me, when you get to college, join it. It's a good opportunity. I heard the scholarship opportunities when transferring, and that because I know I want to be a doctor, transferring, getting those bachelor's degree costs down helps a lot. And so that was the main primary. And then when I got here to ICC, before I got inducted officially in December, I met a bunch of the officers, and they talked me into it. They're like, you need to get even more involved than just joining. And it really showed a lot of friendship and like a big family. The advisors, Miss Lowe, Mr. Humphreys, and Miss McCormick, they really care about you, and I wanted to be a part of it.
Well, that's one thing we talked about in a previous interview with Kaylin Johnson, the president of PTK, and she echoed the same things about that, about the leadership at the PTK. And I'm just, I don't get to go over there as much as I like, but that's a fun group of people. And everybody that I've talked to that's come out of the PTK, it's just a great organization to be a part of.
Yes, over the summer I was able to go, because I'm regional reporter for the Missoula region. I was able to go to San Diego with the president, and
awesome.
We bonded a lot. We didn't know each other beforehand, and now she's my best friend. I mean, I didn't expect that at all. I didn't think coming here I would make friends, and majority of them are in PTK. I met them in other classes, but majority are PTK, and I bonded with her in San Diego. And then I've met so many people just being VP of scholarship and being the Missoula regional reporter. There's a lot of family ties.
Yeah, and I like that because we use that word family a lot around here at ICC. All right, so you talked about it a little bit earlier as well, the scholarships that are available. I know you're kind of undecided right now, so if anybody from Ole Miss and Mississippi State's listening, kind of got a little recruiting battle going on here. But you have received the Dowell Leadership Scholarship.
Yes.
It is a $1,500 scholarship. So just talk about that scholarship.
So how you get the Dowell Leadership Scholarship, I wasn't even aware at the time when I was applying that they had a separate scholarship for the one that scored the highest. Mm-hmm. I just was applying for the Coca-Cola Leaders of Prominence Scholarship, hoping that I would get it.
Right.
And when I applied, they rank your scholarship application as a whole based off GPA, a letter of recommendation, your essays you write, and I managed to get the top one. And whenever you score the highest, they give you the Dowell Leadership Scholarship, and now I'm that scholar, and it's a $1,500 scholarship.
Awesome. And so there you go, Mississippi State, Ole Miss, you got the top scorer here as well. So but just talk about that. $1,500 going towards your education on the next level. When you come out of PTK, I mean, it's just a great opportunity to keep you from having to go into debt. And with the doctorate that you're going to pursue, that's got to be big. And that's not only big, but life-changing once you do pursue and achieve that goal of getting your degree.
Oh yeah, now that I have been awarded that scholarship, that goes towards my education here right now, and helps me with costs, not necessarily tuition here because of the scholarships I've gotten here.
Right.
I've gotten a bunch of that paid for, but books, traveling expenses to and from school, living expenses, you got to buy food. I mean, you can't just live off of tuition money.
That's true.
You got to have extra stuff too, and that helps a good bit. And then that helps me not go into debt from getting out student loans. So when I get to the next level, these transfer scholarships, Ole Miss and I know Mississippi State offer a lot of money for PTK transfers, and I have that. And then some of these other scholarships I'll be applying for. I'm in the process of applying for some more through PTK that will be stackable with what I'll be getting at Mississippi State and Ole Miss, and that'll cover a lot.
Well, that's awesome. I'm somebody that I had to go the route of taking student loans, so I know the stresses that come along with having to pay those. So, as a student right now, just talk about that aspect of taking that stress away of knowing, hey, how am I going to pay for this? Now, that has to help you in the classroom as well.
Oh yeah, whenever, that's one less thing you got to think about. Whenever everything's paid for, you don't have to think about, well, where am I going to find the money to pay for this? And different honor societies, like Phi Theta Kappa, they have that fee you have to pay. Well, there's little fees everywhere, whether you realize it or not, when you're in college. And if you can't pay it, or it's the little stuff. Maybe you want to buy a T-shirt to support. It's little stuff that to support your college and be involved that add up and cost money. And knowing that I don't have to worry about that, it's a huge thing. And because I am pre-med, school already stresses me out enough.
Yes.
And the hard science classes I'm in, and then not having to worry about that money, that's a huge thing.
And two, I know it's just over $100 to join PTK, but if somebody said, Katherine, if you give me $100, I'm going to give you $1,500 back, I think you do that every time.
Oh yeah. I didn't know if I would win it or not. I know the transfer scholarships, they range from $8,000 to more, $1,000.
Yeah.
And that's a fair trade for me.
Yes.
$100 versus $8,000, I'll trade that any day.
Absolutely. All right, so tell me, one, why, obviously we talked about why, but why should somebody consider joining the PTK when they get to ICC?
Oh, there's plenty of reasons. But, I mean, if you want more of the statistical, money is primary reason a lot of people join. When they see the numbers and they see the give and take right there, like, oh, that's a lot of money I can get. Because a lot of people, when they join, they're like, okay, I'm going on to a bachelor's degree. And that's what they want. So they need that money going on. And other than that, it's the family aspect. It really is. I've made friends I didn't think I'd make, and I've got friends Fulton, Pontotoc, all over the place, honestly, that I didn't know. And looking back in high school, I'm like, how did I not know these people already? Because they're such an influence in my life.
And, you know, that's a good point. I'll get to another question next, but a lot of times you hear people say they don't want to come to community college because they're going to see everybody they went to school with. So that's not the case, because as you just said, it opens you up to a whole new world and a whole new world of people that, other than ICC and PTK, you may have never had the opportunity to meet.
Yeah, and to me it was a little sad knowing that I had some friends, but we all had different routes we wanted to go. I was a science major, my friends are business majors. They take different classes than me. But when I went to the science, when you're in that science building, you meet people that you sit by, and those are your study groups. Those people you go to the library study with, that you get to know on a personal level, those become your best friends. And I don't really see my other ones from high school as much. I made a whole new group of friends. And it's great.
And I'll tell you now, because I've been at ICC for almost 10 years now, these relationships and friends you're building now, they're going to last a lifetime. And that's always the coolest part.
I can see when you're in elementary up to high school, you have those friends, but whenever you get to branch out, it's a whole bigger, because I come from a small school, so you made friends with the 50 people that were in your class. When you get here, there's several hundred people. You've got more of you can actually pick and choose the good people to keep in your life, or the people that are in your same field of study that you may end up in med school with, like in my case, and they may end up being lifelong friends I may have in 10 years.
That's an awesome testimony to that. And now the question I always ask everybody, what does ICC mean to you?
Family is honestly the first thing that comes to mind. I feel at home here. When I come here, it's natural. I know exactly anywhere I want to go, I know exactly what I need to do. If I need help with anything, I know my teachers are always there to help me. It feels like a family aspect, because my dad, he was always the person that if I ever needed any help, he would help me do anything. So schoolwork, he was always a smart person, so he helped me. And so when I'm here, I feel like I have that with me, even though he's back home. I have teachers that I feel that closeness and that bond with, and I have other peers that I didn't necessarily have in high school, because it was a small school. You didn't always have people that want to strive as hard as you and get as far, and I did. So now that I have people that work just as hard as me, I feel more at home.